Let's be honest, trying to pick the right social media platform for your brand can feel like staring at a massive buffet. It is just overwhelming, right? And every single option looks pretty good. But what if you had a strategy, like a playbook, to help you make that perfect choice? Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build that playbook together. And it all starts with one really important question.
I mean, this is the question, isn't it? It's what everyone asks. Do you really need to be everywhere all at once? The short answer? No, absolutely not. The real answer is that you need a plan, because your goal isn't just to post stuff. It's to connect, to engage, and ultimately to grow.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll nail down your identity, your digital handshake. Then we'll figure out what you're actually going to talk about. After that, we'll dive into how to find your people, your audience, and then how to actually measure if any of this is working. And finally, we'll tie it all together so you can pick your platform with total confidence.
Okay, first things first. Before you say a single word online, you've got to look the part. Think of your profile as your first impression, your digital handshake. And it has to be strong, it has to be clear, and it has to look professional, no matter which platform you're on.
What's so cool here is that the idea behind a great profile is exactly the same, but how you do it is totally different. So take LinkedIn. Your headline is everything. Don't just say marketing manager. No, say something like, I help SaaS startups grow using data-driven marketing. See the difference? Then you jump over to YouTube and your banner, that's your billboard. It has to instantly scream what your channel's all about. Both are shooting for that perfect first impression, just in their own unique way.
But here's the thing. No matter where you set up shop online, some rules just always apply. You need a crisp, high-quality photo or logo. Your bio has got to instantly tell people what you do and who you do it for. You absolutely must have a clear call to action, like a link tree or a link straight to your website. And finally, you've got to sprinkle in some strategic keywords so the right people can actually find you.
All right, so your profile is looking sharp. Your digital storefront is polished and ready to go. But now what do you put on the shelves? This is where we get to the fun part, the heart of it all. Let's talk about how your content becomes the voice of your brand.
So for a platform like YouTube where you can go really deep, structure is your best friend. You've got to hook them in the first, say, 10 seconds. Just tell them what they're going to get. Then, after a super quick intro, you deliver on that promise. But you can't just end. You need a strong call to action and an end screen that points them to another video. That's how you get people binge watching your stuff.
And boom, talk about a contrast. While YouTube is this long, in-depth conversation, Twitter, or X, is more like a rapid-fire text exchange. That 280-character limit, it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's a creative challenge that forces you to be sharp, to be clever, and to be immediate. It's built for what's happening right now.
And this focus changes everywhere you look. Over on LinkedIn, it's all about establishing your authority. You do that by sharing really high-value educational stuff. Think industry insights, not pictures of your lunch. But on Instagram, you're a visual storyteller. It's way less about what you know and way more about what you can show, using things like reels and stories to grab attention and build that community vibe. Okay, so you've built your profile, you're cranking out amazing content, but is anyone seeing it? How do you get your stuff in front of the right people? How do you find your tribe? Well, the answer really comes down to one word: discoverability.
And at the very heart of discoverability is the good old hashtag. Seriously, it's not just some trendy thing. It's an incredibly powerful tool for sorting content. When you use a hashtag, you're basically putting your content on a virtual public shelf, so anyone who's interested in that topic can find it, even if they've never heard of you before. Now, listen, not all hashtags are the same. A really smart strategy uses a mix of different types. You've got your own branded hashtag, like Nike's. You can join conversations with community hashtags. You can totally ride the wave of whatever's trending. And you can target buyers with product hashtags. The key is to use a blend of these. A great place to start? Just go see what hashtags your competitors and the big players in your industry are using. So you're putting in all this work, but how do you know if it's, working? You've got to check the scoreboard. But the real secret isn't just looking at the numbers. It's knowing which numbers actually matter. Let's get really specific for a second with YouTube. The algorithm shows your video to a bunch of people, but do they actually click? That's your click-through rate, or a CTR. You really want to be aiming for something between 4 and 10%. If you're falling below that, it's a huge sign that your title or your thumbnail probably needs a little work.
But here's the kicker. Even more important than getting the click is getting people to stay. The single most powerful signal you can send to that YouTube algorithm is that people aren't just clicking your video, they're actually watching it. High watch time is everything. You're basically telling the algorithm, hey, this is the good stuff over here. You should show it to more people.
Now, if we zoom out a bit, you can almost think of your metrics like a funnel. At the very top, you have reach. That's how many people you're getting in front of. Then in the middle, you have engagement. Are they actually interacting? And then down at the bottom, you have website clicks. Are you turning all that attention into actual action? So next time you look at your analytics dashboard, don't just see a bunch of numbers. See the story they're telling you. Reach tells you about your awareness. Engagement, likes, comments, shares, and especially saves. That tells you about your connection. Watch time tells you about the value you're providing. And CTR tells you how well you're converting. You got to track them all to get the whole story.
Okay, we have covered your identity, your content, your community, and your analytics. Now it's time to bring it all home. It's time to make that final strategic choice, and it's all based on one thing: purpose.
This really breaks it all down. Nice and simple. If your goal is to jump into real-time conversations and share news as it happens, Twitter or X is your playground. For professional networking and generating B2B leads, nothing, and I mean nothing, beats LinkedIn. If you want to build a library of searchable, educational videos that work for you 24/7, YouTube is king. And for building a stunning visual brand and a really tight-knit community, Instagram is the place to be.
So from now on, don't ask which platform is the best. Instead, ask which platform is the best for my specific purpose. Every single brand has a story to tell, and the right platform isn't just some marketing channel. It's the stage where your brand's story gets to come to life. So the only question left is, which stage are you going to choose?